Alright, shalom, this is Chanax and Anba Yashala from the GMS Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I'd like to say Kahalayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harikakwadash Ma'amah. Alright, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, it's going to be a quick hitter talking about this article right here. We already knew that America was pulling them out of the INF treaty. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, INF treaty. And so that's Russia pulling out of it too. All right. So now, which kind of pushed them back to back kind of. I mean, the Cold War never ended, theoretically, but they try to say it ended, but that puts them right back into that Cold War, state between Russia and the United States. All right, it says Russia to pull plug on nuclear arms pact after U.S. does same. It says Moscow AP following the footsteps of the U.S., Russia will abandon the centerpiece nuclear arms treaty, but will only deploy intermediate range nuclear missiles if Washington does so. President Vladimir Putin said Saturday. U.S. President Donald Trump accused Moscow on Friday of violating the 1987 Intermediate-Range Nuclear Force Treaty with impunity by developing banned missiles. Trump said in a statement that the U.S. will move forward with deploying its own military response options to Russia's new landed cruise missiles that could target Western Europe. All right, so basically that's America backing up NATO, all right, and the EU. All right, it says Moscow, which is the beast and the dragon. All right, it says Moscow has strongly denied any breaches and accused Washington of making false accusations in order to justify its pullout. Because America wants war, because they're trying to get Russia to join NATO or cooperate with NATO, and Russia is trying to annex Ukraine, all right, to stop to take it away from NATO rulership. Okay, it says the collapse of the INF treaty has raised fears of a repeat of the Cold War shutdown in the 80s. All right, so like I said before, that treaty is what so-called ended the Cold War, but the Cold War never really ended. Okay. It says the United States and the Soviet Union both deployed intermediate-range missiles on the continent. Such weapons were seen as a particularly destabilizing as they only take a few minutes to reach their target, leaving no time for decision-makers and rising the likelihood of a global nuclear conflict or a false launch warning. After the United States gave notice of its intention to withdraw from the treaty in 6 months, Putin said that Russia would do the same. He ordered the development of a new land-based intermediate-range weapons, but emphasized that Russia won't deploy them in the European part of the country, or else unless the U.S. does so. We will respond quid pro quo, said Putin. Our American partners have announced they were suspending their participation in the treaty and will do the same. They have announced they will conduct research and develop, and we will act accordingly. So that's what Russia is saying. All right, so now Russia is going back to that Soviet Union state and trying to annex Ukraine and try to take over the other countries that NATO has taken over. And now you see America bucking up against them, man. So this is where the Russia and the United States are back at the Cold War status that it was before the 80s. All right? All right, I'm going to close it out with this. This is Matthew 24:6. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And you're seeing that with the United States and Russia going back to the Cold War status. And there shall be famines and pestilences. All right, you see the famines in Venezuela. The famine's starting kind of here when they cleared the shelves. When during the government shutdown, there wasn't no food in the grocery stores. All right, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, so that's just it, man. Okay, so if you're not covered under the blood of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you don't have that covering, that name, you will be destroyed in the midst of all this destruction that's going on. With that being said, I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba Shem Harakakodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.